Welcome back to the 4A Baseball Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We have made it through the most of this week. You're hearing this on Friday, so your weekend is tomorrow. You can relax a little bit, but for today, you can chill out, listen to some 4A baseball. We're changing up our format just a little bit today. We got some key talking points we're going to go through. We might recap a little bit here and there, but the focus are some key questions we got. I'm with Stev today. How you doing?
Doing good so far. Got a lot of work to do, but hey, baseball is more important, right? So that's what we're here to talk about.
Hey, I wish, man. It's been a fun past couple days. I kind of wanted to start out with like some big news that came out today on Thursday. Madison Bumgarner got DFA'd. Obviously, that's not the
Oh,
biggest news going around town, but like, I, what are your thoughts?
after he hasn't been good, at all. And after the fiasco yesterday with Wilson Contreras, you're not an ace. He's not an ace pitcher anymore. Like you can't just start yelling at a guy because he swung hard. Like I don't know. I don't know the whole story. Maybe you know a little more, but from what I know, Wilson Contreras swung at a ball pretty hard, and he was like, "You suck," like cleaning it up, basically. And then Contreras chirped back. He ended up walking him, and then Contreras bat flipped, and then he started chirping at him again. Like you're not if you're like a Max Scherzer type guy, you can do that. But you're Madison Bumgarner, not in 2014, so you can't do that. So this is by Jeff Pass, and the final line with Madison Bumgarner with the Diamondbacks was 5.23 ERA over 69 starts on his 5-year, $85 million deal.
It's not good.
Not good, not good at all.
I think
But
that
I don't know.
paying him to be on a different team is going to benefit the Diamondbacks in the long run because you're going to give the opportunity for Kyle Nelson, Trey Jameson, Ryan Nelson to all get starts.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely will. The big thing is someone's going to pick up Madison Bumgarner. It's just a matter of who, and it's most likely going to be the Giants, if I'm going to be honest, because give him like a last hurrah before he retires, because he should retire.
Yeah, as soon as the tweet came out, Tom texted us and he's like, "Oh no, we know what's about to happen." And I was just looking into it to see if like Madison Bumgarner could be any bit useful, right? And like via his stuff, his cutter and this one accidental slider he threw were above average. Like, imagine your best pitch being an accidental pitch you throw. That was
Yeah,
Madison Bumgarner this year.
he's Father Time is going to catch up with everybody. And it caught up with him, I think, a couple years ago. Tom he asked me if he is the MLB version of Dwight Howard, right? And Brad's not a basketball guy, so Dwight Howard was early on and in the early 2000s was a defensive player of the year. He was an amazing player. Got traded to the Lakers, was terrible. Then kind of bounced around from team to team for the rest of his career. But between 2004 and 2019, Dwight Howard averaged more than 12 points a game. And when he did, like his lowest average was 12, and that was his rookie season. Like he still was a high level performer at what he did. Madison Bumgarner is not that, and he hasn't been that since he's been in Arizona.
That's true. And the fact of the matter is, like you described this guy who seemed like a pretty elite talent in basketball. And Madison
Yeah,
Bumgarner was never an elite talent outside of the postseason. He was never the best
yeah,
player on his team. And Tom got so upset when I said that, but it's true.
it is. It definitely is. But I mean, Dwight Howard was the face of the Orlando Magic in the early 2000s, and Madison Bumgarner was the face for the Giants for a postseason run. That was about it. Like
Yeah.
without, it was Lincecum, it was Posey, it was Brandon Crawford, like it was Pablo Sandoval. It was everyone else but Bumgarner.
I'm looking. All right. He's already put up a negative .9 WAR this season. That's not great. So he had his best two seasons were 2013 and 15 or 14 and 16 in terms of Cy Young placement, right?
Yeah,
And it was never that dominant. Like his best season was 2016, and that was Scherzer's year all the way. Like I feel like in order to have a conversation where you're comparing him with some guy who looked like he was on Hall of Fame pace, that you have to have something besides one good moment or one good postseason.
I mean, yeah, I definitely agree. I like Madison Bumgarner. He's a competitor. Yeah, he brings the fire that you want in a clubhouse, right?
Grandpa Fire.
Um, sometimes not the type you want, but I mean, when not only does it feel like he's not producing on the field, but when you're starting arguments with Jose Contreras and last year was Victor Robles it's not going to benefit in your favor when you're not going out and producing at a high level. And Bumgarner just hasn't done that. And I think it's time for the Diamondbacks to move on. I think it's time for Bumgarner to move on, whether that's move on from baseball at all or find a team that is willing to stick up with him for 1 year.
I completely agree.